Okay, I am now recording. Hello, everybody. This is JD. People are asking me what my platform is, what do I stand for, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's get started on some of the things that I stand on. One, first and foremost, U.S. first. United States of America first. Before Congress sends a penny overseas, it makes sure the American people are taken care of. For example, before we send one pill to assist in AIDS overseas, make sure everybody who has AIDS in this country has their medicine. Before we build a school overseas for some country, make sure that every student has a decent, significant, very well school, and that the education that they're getting is that will permit them when they reach 8th grade to function in our society, and when they reach high school can be an added contribution to our society. Second, to move to the 22nd century. Never mind staying in the 21st century. We've been in it for the last almost 100 years. Now it's time to move on. What does that mean? Developing our natural resources, all of them. That includes our oil resources, our coal resources, our methane resources. Also, to improve our existing energy usage. Yes, to improve it. To improve our electrical grids. To improve the way our vehicles are run. Instead of you running them on fossil fuel, start looking seriously to convert them to hydrogen. Why don't we offer $25 million to the first NASCAR team that wins the Daytona with a fully hydrogen vehicle? That means all their vehicles on their team, which is 2 or 3 cars, are running on hydrogen, and they win the Daytona. NASCAR will put a car on the track with hydrogen. I guarantee you'll see them on the road real fast. That will definitely cut down the use of fossil fuel. Hydrogen is safe. Why do you think that's what they use to propel the shuttles into space? Also, to improve our electrical grid, because we got very many new ways to develop electricity. Wind, natural, wind, solar panels. We can put them all across the Midwest, but unfortunately most of the power is used on the coast. We got to get it through the grids. And forget the electric car. Think of what would happen to the grid as it is now if everybody had an electric car and tonight they plugged it in. Ha! Talk about brownouts. Let's start going beyond yesterday. That's right, going into the 22nd century. Also, less government involved in the state and local area. Supreme Court shouldn't be hearing cases about grandmothers needing to want to see their children. That should be resolved at a lower level. And then as far as religion goes, we can neither affirm nor deny it. So the federal government can't say yes or no. We cannot. In other words, back off. Let the local government handle what the local government needs to handle. Medical available for everybody. You notice I didn't say medical insurance. I said medical. Yes, we can have medical available for every single person in this country. A good medical program. Not with a lot of government control, not with a lot of government regulation. All we need to do is one thing. At every single hospital, put a full open clinic that is open to anybody and everybody. If you have medical insurance, you drop your card down there, they get the information, and off you go to get treated. If you don't have medical insurance, you come in, you pay maybe a $4 or $5 user's fee, like people pay on insurance, and in they go. What advantages does that have? Your interns can get their training there. The medical clinic also will relieve the pressure on the emergency room for those people who don't have insurance, and the medical clinic also has all the resources of the hospital. Just like me, I have a bad shoulder right now. I went to my family doctor. I had to have some tests. Had to be referred. They referred me to the hospital. Well, if the hospitals had these clinics, well, see, I would go there now with my referral paper, give it to the clinic, they would then send me off. Whereas you, if you have no insurance, you go to the clinic, they do the examination, they find you need that. Also, shots could be controlled there for kids going to school, making sure children have all their shots distributed. There's a lot that could be done if every single hospital had an open clinic. Okay. Lower direct taxes. Yes, definitely. One of the most ridiculous things I heard was a senator running saying, let's not kid ourselves. Washington needs more revenue. Let's not kid ourselves. We went to Iraq because our government did not have to worry about raising taxes. They have so much money they can waste it and not think about how they're spending it. That tells you we are overtaxed. Definitely direct taxes lowered, especially on the working group. Not just the lower income, but everybody across the board. Our government is too busy taxing everybody. And to fix Social Security, and it can be done very easily. For example, opening up our coast to drilling on both sides and making the companies that drill pay for it. Not get it free. That land on those coastal waters belong to the American people. That oil belongs to the American people. Make them buy it, just like anybody else they buy their oil from when they drill. And that money, then 80% of it would go directly into Social Security. That would make Social Security very sound. And when we do our drilling leases, not one of these indefinite leases. Have you give us a drill date, a pumping date, and on that pumping date, an estimated barrels per day you're going to pump. And when that date is reached within, let's say, 10%, you will start paying per barrel of oil. Those are just a few things. Quickly, U.S. comes first before the rest of the world. Globalization? No. Each nation is an individual society. It has its own cultures. It has its own things it brings to the table that makes that nation unique. It should develop its own market and then add to the global market, not become a conglomerate of one market. Globalization, definitely out the window. So there quickly is a lot of things. U.S. first, develop all our resources, less government involved, more state involved, more local community involved, lower taxes all the way across the board, develop our resources, improve the existing resources, develop new resources, take us to the 22nd century, less government, medical available for everybody, lower direct taxes, and fix Social Security. That is just a few of the items that is on my platform. Thank you. This is JD.